tell us what this software does. It's called Fictionary. To help me envision it.
Okay.
I haven't used it.
Okay, so it's for writers who basically have a first draft. You can write from scratch in it if you want, but there's a ton of writing software out there and a lot of great writing software. So that's not really our thing. Our thing is all about doing an edit on the story. So not the words, it's nothing to do with grammar, nothing to do with punctuation or spelling. It's about the story. And so what happens, kind of a thing of beauty, in my own biased opinion. So you import a manuscript, so 50,000 words, 150,000 words, whatever, it doesn't matter. So the manuscript gets imported and the software scans it. And so it pulls out the word count per scene, it pulls out all of the characters, and then it draws a story arc. So the first thing a writer will see is, based on their book, a recommended story arc for a commercially successful book. Versus what their story arc is. And they can start working on it like, oh, my inciting incident happens at 40% in. That's a problem. That needs to bump up or go sooner in the book, that kind of thing. They can use the word count per scene to figure out pacing in their story. They can see their characters all in one place, and they can see them linked to scenes, and they can see when characters come in, how often they're in, who's got the point of view, what the order of the point of view is. So it's a very visual way. And then the hard work starts. So then we have all of our elements. And the story elements are based on characters, plots, and settings. And within those, then, for example, you'd have, so what's your point of view character's goal? What's their internal goal? What happens if they fail? All of these things. And similar things for plot and setting. And so it encourages the writer to then, okay, so I've had a look at my overall structure visually, can see where I have issues, and then they can look at the flow of how they're starting each scene and ending each scene, and do they have hooks, and are they varying the types and all of that. And so it gives the writer a structured way of being creative. So it's not dictating, it's giving guidelines of here are things to consider if you're having trouble. And these are the places you look at. And as they edit, move scenes around and add text and whatever, the story arc redraws every time. So they can see it change and what it looks like. They can see, geez, I've got 27 point of view characters. Well, okay, you should have 5 to 7. So that's a problem, right? Stuff like that to go, you finish writing your draft. You got your big blob of 80,000 words and either printed or, sitting in MS Word or whatever. And you go, no, okay, great. You can't see it yourself. But if you have a structured way to go, how did I enter every scene? And you can see it together, you go, oh, wait a minute. I start every scene in a doorway. That's a problem, right? Which I use that example because my first draft of my first book, I did that. And my husband went, do you know that you do this? I'm like, I do not. And of course I do. So, then you think, okay, I have to keep track of these things. So, and then inside of Fictionary, with each of the elements, there's also writing advice. So why is it important? And how do you use it? And what are you looking for when you're trying to fix it? And so instead of having to go look it up on the internet or like pick up a book on writing, you can look right there. And so we've collected years and years of writing advice for each of these and put it all in one place so that, if a writer's just working on the characters, all that writing advice is there for them. And they don't have to go looking for it. It's right hand in hand.
Amazing, right? That's what we see that is.
Thanks for watching these Golden Nuggets. And as a reward, I got another big fat Golden Nugget just for you. I wrote this book for you to help you get your act together online so you can grow your business better. You're searching, you want to learn. This is a great book. Grab the book, grow your business.